Ram Jai Ram Om Sri Ram Jai 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 Ram Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Hari Om to everybody. Today we received an email from a devotee. During today's satsang, it was said that a senior retired railway officer offered to give the railway company any amount on behalf of Papa for having travelled in trains without ticket during his wandering days. Then Papa replied that the officer could pay it, taking that it was a wrong thing done by Ramdas. What does it mean? What does it actually mean? No? At the time of travelling, Papa was not at all conscious of all this. No? He was purely guided by the indwelling spirit. So wherever it was okay, through outer circumstances, he was asked to get down or he was asked to continue. After a long time, when somebody suggests, because Papa has scaled the heights, he never justified. It is God alone who is now talking through the retired officer. Na? So he placed before him. If you think that what Ramdas did was wrong, you can pay. It clearly shows that every moment, through everyone, what is prompted is, who is prompting? Only he is prompting. We should be very, very clear about it. Puja Swamiji used to say, when he was taking down the daily satsang or whatever Papa said, which came out in the form of Gospel of Swami Ramdas later. Papa never used to say that it should be. Suppose he has made a comment and it has been recorded. He would ask Swamiji, in this and that context that was all right. But a person who is reading it may not be in that context. So do you think that it is okay? So many things were deleted. When a question is asked, that is answered by Papa in Panchavadi. At that time, what he was asking, okay. But context we may not know now. At that particular moment, the prompting came to give an answer. And suppose we hold on to that answer, our sense of individuality is playing the game. When we hold on to what we have said, that means the sense of individuality continues to play the game. Whereas surrender at every moment, when the surrender has become complete, there is no question, oh, that will be the attitude. At that particular moment when prompting has come, this has to be contemplated upon, then only we will get some idea. If we view it from the individual angle, it may look inconsistent. If you go through Gandhiji's writings, he bluntly says, somebody said, you said the other day this one. He said that was the prompting. Now he has made us to improve, that's all. When you hold on to, I should be consistent, that means I am there, And no matter what happens, they are not worried. So sense of individuality, we are trying to understand through the goggles of sense of individuality. That is why we find it difficult. Anything beyond the individual level. He keeps on hammering this, whatever is happening is happening by his will. So even this question, when the question was raised to the retired railway officer, Papa did not say what I did was right. No? And he also said, if you think that what Ramdas, that is why reimbursement or compensation, no? Then you do it. Because there is no sense of individuality, they are holding on to something. If we watch ourselves, that is why they are above all gunas. We are all still in that plane, that is why we are finding it difficult to accept. So we will accept their words and we will pray to him. And the next point is, as Ramdas was guided by Ram, it is clear that he is doing. So how Papa said to him as reported? So Papa was always conscious that it is he who is giving him the prompting. So he did not say that what Ramdas did was wrong. Nor did he say Ramdas did was right, because right and wrong plane has been transcended. Unless and until we transcend that stage, it may be difficult for us to understand these words. So only by going within and contemplating upon it and praying to him. The next thing is, the aspiration or intense wish to attain him is given by him. So what is it that each individual must do? We are telling that the aspiration or intense wish to attain him is given by him too. Somebody said, some guru said, in our case Papa said, we are repeating that word. We have not understood it. As long as we have not understood it experientially, we have to keep on doing our self-effort. For all other things we are doing our self-effort, So self-effort will not be there only when we hand it over to him. Everything is happening by only his will. That is, somebody says, we believe him, that's all. It has not become an experience to us. This also was bluntly answered by Papa in God Experience. That is why so long as we are in the individual plane, the effort has to come from us. That is why sadhana is there. Na? And you all remember one word of Papa? Sadhana is to know that by sadhana we cannot attain him. That means so long as the seeker is there, the sought after is different. So the seeker, as we keep on seeking, a stage comes when the seeker no longer exists. The seeker realizes the very act of seeking was also prompted by him. The moment he realizes that, he doesn't become a seeker. So long as there is a seeker, the sought after is always away from him. That is why finally, through many teaching they have clarified this. When Papa said pathless path, remember there is a book also entitled Pathless Path. Because path means from a stage A to stage B, that is called path. When stage A to stage A, what do we call it? We have been told by masters and the Shastras that we have to realize that He is there within us, not that we are attaining. Attaining means there is a path, agreed. Here we have to realize. That is why God realization. We are. Everything is happening only by His will. So until and unless we realize that, we have to keep on praying, putting our efforts and praying to somehow make us aware. So first of all, what is felt is, we should be very clear about the goal to be scaled. What is the goal? To make us aware that He has been with us and He is with us. Just as knowingly we eat, we work, we exist, we want God only, the wish to attain God is there, though we have no clarity of who God is. We chant individually to know Him, knowing that He makes us chant, and in groups we chant as He wants us to do. Then still the process goes on and on and on. How to get a link of connectivity with Him? That is exactly the fundamental problem all of us are facing. So for that, Papa has given only one word: go within, go to the source. That is the real quest. Glimpses is there. Glimpses. He specifically mentions, we should be very clear about this, that our quest is to know the source of our. And the moment we come to know the source of the individual as well as the world outside, for that there should be a systematized process of discipline, thinning out of the sense of individuality. And the thinning out means, that slowly we will start accepting, not that 100% we will hand over. We may have a desire, we may have a thought, but immediately, that's also, immediately, we will not make it. So the connectivity, there are so many methods he has suggested. There is no shortcut there, no. It has to be done and experienced. So even while chanting, he has proposed four alternatives. If you take glimpses of divine vision, the first, when you open, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. Mysterious origin. Why do you say mysterious origin? We are unable to bring out, our intellect will not be able to bring out the cause and effect theory here. Otherwise, there is, for every effect, there is a cause. Suppose there is a disease, we go for the pathology, department, and then they diagnose, They check all our system and find, this could be. Diagnosis. Anything. There is a cause and effect that is going on. That is God's, physical law, spiritual law. But to know Him, this cause and effect theory is helpless. My immediate cause is my parents. The cause of parents is their parents. Their cause is their parents. We keep on telling them, one or two or three generations we might remember. Otherwise we keep on repeating. But where from we started? No idea. Intellect cannot reach. That is why he named it as mysterious origin. But there is an origin. That is why somebody put it as, uncaused cause. A cause which is not subject to this cause and effect theory. There must be somewhere a starting point. That is God. So when he says, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life, suppose we see a banana plant, banana, what do you call it? Vadi. It comes from the sucker, no? Sucker comes from another plantain. Where it comes from? It comes from a sucker. So first one, the coconut plant we have, coconut tree, we are using coconut. The coconut plant, the tree has come from a coconut plant. Coconut plant has come from a seed coconut. Seed coconut has come from a coconut plant, coconut tree. So where is the source? The first coconut without a coconut tree, no? The intellect cannot agree. Where do we draw the line? So that is why Papa clearly meant, only by contemplating upon these words we will become, oh, I am helpless. My intellect cannot enter. So I will assume, surmise, infer that it has started from you. And then I will try to realize you. That mysterious origin, mysterious power, whatever we call it, that is there, whether we know it or not, that is there. So we let us try to accept it. Our intellect cannot try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you, anything, first paddy, first coffee. We all come from coffee plantation areas. For 20-25 years we are working in coffee plantation. We know that a coffee plant, we prepare a nursery. We put the coffee seed, then it sprouts after some time. Then it becomes a plant, seedling. Then again for 1 or 2 years we nurture it. On the third year or second year or third year we plant it. Then we keep on nurturing it. Then it grows. It stays for 70, 80, 90 years. So we know that it has come from the coffee seed. And where from the coffee seed came? It comes from a coffee plant. And where from the coffee plant? Again coffee seed. Like that, each and everything, finally we are on the blind road. Mysterious origin. But we know that it is there, it is tangible, it is palpable, it can be seen. It is not something, it's not an illusion. The first rice, the first wheat, the first tur dal, the first moong dal. Think. One word is enough of us. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. Next line. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. I have a name, I have a body, I have a mind, I have an intellect. Am I that? So far, many a times during my waking state, I either identify with my name, with my body, with my mind, with my intellect. So now Papa wants us to understand who you are in reality. When you say your mind, your intellect, your body, your name, you can't be that, To arrive at this truth, origin, to know who I am in reality, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, that each one of us has to select. Because if the general prescription was okay, everybody would have realized, no. Papa chose the path suggested, prompted from within. Many Mahatmas, Ramana Bhagavan chose a path came from within. Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he did not undergo any studies, he did not go and stay with any guru. He was, for all purposes, he was an ordinary pujari. No? But what hides? His own method. Outwardly, we cannot understand all those things. He was doing a puja to an idol. But to him, neither it was a puja nor an idol. He was in that reality only, that blissful experience. Outwardly, we may say that he was doing it, that's all. So then we try to understand that each one's method is separate. So to arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then embarking on the realm of the spirit. So I must conceive some idea about the spirit, Spirit is S capital. Realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. So this is the first one. This is the answer for all our questions. So this is an answer only. This is not the solution. Solution will come only by our doing it. You have answered. Systematized process of thought and discipline. Transcend all human limitations. Then embarking on the realm of the spirit. Three things. So the question put forward is very, very thought-provoking, very practical, and this churning is definitely helping us. The more we do this churning, the more we turn towards Him who is inside. Otherwise our habit is to seek everything from outside. But this churning helps us. That one word, try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. Where does Ramnam come here? Ramnam enables us to discipline our thought. When the mind keeps on going hither and thither, Ramnam, as it were, puts a fence. And the mind is not going anywhere, concentrating on the sound, concentrating on the attributes, concentrating on the meaning of the name, concentrating on the source of the sound from where it comes. So slowly the fence, so that the outgoing tendencies of the mind is slowly, gradually arrested. And then Papa says, where can it go? It cannot remain idle, so it has to go within. So that is the relevance of Nama. That is why he said, while chanting, you keep on reminding yourself that it is you. I am chanting the name of one who is seated within, and it is that power which is making me to chant. Intellectually okay, not experientially, we keep on reminding ourselves, and see what happens. I am chanting the name of one who is within me and who is making me to chant. So far when we were chanting, we were not having this dimension. So then what happens? We have to try. And during the non-chanting time, if it is not compatible with this, the mind will always become restless. We will not be, even the Nama cannot put the fence there. So that is why he has advised that outer activity should be compatible with inner aspiration. That means an effort for expansion from me to we should always be there, not me to me. So in all my activities, right from morning till night. Wherever field he makes me to function, as an householder, as a professional, as a social being, I must think, talk and do only that which is compatible to my inner aspiration. What is inner aspiration? To know my mysterious origin. How to do that? We have to devise our own method. Beyond that, there is no clear cut. Because each one's equipment is different. So we will again read and read. That is very important. It is very important. A wonderful question. How to get a link for connectivity with him? That is the question. Yes. Try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then, embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. This constitutes religion. On those days, religion means spirituality, not the religion that we are talking. Now, where from, this is not that Papa gave this. Glimpses were culled from the unpublished letters of the years of 1933, 34, 35 of Papa and arranged under appropriate headings by a devotee. Sri Bhavani Shankar Rao took the pains of collecting all these letters and gave us as if in a platter, categorized it, and see, first one they have put this. This is the first stepping stone. Papa, God motivated Papa to move in one direction. God motivated him after scaling heights to share these thoughts with anybody who is approaching him. Nothing was in a chronological order. But it has to be in a chronological order for people like us to understand, who are not surrendered. If we have surrendered, they will not ask for any chronological order. Our mind is conditioned by certain things, chronological order. So just imagine, for satisfying us, God again motivated one devotee, Bhavani Shankar Rao, to collect all these letters, pick out, if there are personal references that would have been avoided, and then what is the cream? In his Papa's own words, that he took it, and then categorized it and made it available. Still we are not looking at it. With all this, we are not looking at it. It is a small book. Thus speaks Ramdas and glimpses, and of course then saying, these three are enough. Because Papa has given out these revelations, experiences, and it has been so beautifully compiled, brought out, a pocket-sized book. You can put it in your pocket, so that any time you can go through. A big book, it may take time, and categorize it. So whenever we are in doubt, now we got a doubt. It will be difficult to go through entire books. There are so many books. And so God prompted that devotee, Bhavani Shankar Rao, on a process by which we get everything as if in a platter. So it reveals that beyond this, nothing can be done. This has come out from a person who has scaled the heights, who transcended the sense of individuality. So he says, transcend all human limitations set by the body, mind, intellect, and then embarking on the realm of the spirit. So we get now some idea about the spirit. In English, when it says spirit, capital, it relates to that absolute reality. So we start thinking. That is why probably Papa would have been prompted, especially for the Westerners, they go everything rationally, logically. So he also gave the meaning of Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. So that if you want to go on that line, that also can help you. Om stands for the nameless, formless aspect. Nirguna Nirakara Tattva. Sri stands for the Saguna Sagar, with name, with form. Ram stands for both and beyond both. Jai stands for victory. So victory to that reality, who is without name, without form, mysterious origin. Who is with name, with form, who is in the form of the varied manifestation, including the seeker, including the devotee. And Ram means both. That mysterious origin and the manifestation. Victory to that. So like that, we can adopt any method to go to this mysterious origin. We should. We have no choice. So plumbing deep within. With the help of Ramnam. Ramnam keeps on hammering to us, your sense of individuality, keep quiet, Subservience to that higher power. Subservience to that mysterious origin. That is being reminded by Ramnam. Because we are telling every time, he is the name, without form. He is with name, with form. He is both and beyond both. So we subservience. That is why the four methods suggested also, he gives some clues. I am unable to concentrate with the nama is going on, mind is going on. Okay, you then bring some form before you, light or form. I try, and that is also not possible. Again the mind goes. Then you say concentrate on the sound. That is also not possible. Then he says, wherever the mind go, try to see him, You need not think that the mind is going elsewhere. Where can it go? That means, you're slowly, the deconditioning is taking place by these words. We have conditioned this is worldly, this is godly or spiritual. That is why we say the mind is going elsewhere. So Papa tries to make us understand by these words where the mind can go apart from God. So wherever it goes, it is on try to identify with God. Whether it is a negative thought, whether it is a positive thought, whether it is a destructive or constructive, then we will find everything becomes constructive, everything becomes positive. And that also we say we cannot do it. Then he says simply watch. Simply watch. Let the mind go anywhere. That means slowly shifting the attention to the watcher, witness. So like that, Papa must have experimented. That is why he gave all these things. In his sadhana period, all these things he would have experimented. So similarly, he is placing it before us. It is for us to choose. And nothing may work out for us, then finally something will work out for us when we keep on doing it. So we will try to follow his words as much as possible with the faith that he will provide us what is needed for our equipment from within. And that is sure. It is not merely a belief. That is sure, concrete. Once again we will read, try to enter into the mysterious origin. The question was, the aspiration or the intense wish to attain him is given by him too. So what is it that each individual must do? Here it is in mysterious origin. Just as knowingly we eat, we exist, we want God only, the wish to attain God is there, though we have no clarity of who God is. That word itself is very nice, So we are still struggling, The sense of individuality is struggling, thinking that it is a separate thing. So we pray to her, when are you going to make me aware that you are with me and I don't have to do anything? I have to hand over the key to you, that's all. And you will do the driving. In simple language we can pray, I know now, based upon the revelations of masters and shastras, that ultimately, you are the propelling force, but unfortunately I feel I am the driver. But I have now intellectually understood that I am not the driver, you are the deciding factor. But I have to hand over that, So when are you going to make me to hand over the sense of ownership which you have made me to assume and which is yours totally? The moment I open, I see everything happens only by that unknown factor. But still, when I deal with men and matters, I only refer to me as me, and you are not there. So simple prayer is this: please make me aware that you have been with me and that you are with me. You have been with me and you are with me. And to draw me to this seeking, you have given me the all-powerful Ramana. I was not making use of it in the way in which it should have been used. But now I realize, yes, you have given me the tool called the Holy and All-Powerful Ramana to make me aware that he has been with me and he is with me. You have been with me, you are with me. Please make me aware. So ultimately the prayer boils down to that one salient aspect, vital aspect. So how should we move forward? We have to seek guidance from him. Outer guidance we have been following, and we should follow. But the inner one, what should be the my state when I stand, all those things, inner, that you have to please guide me. I have got it from Shastras, I have got it from my masters. Everything, I'm trying to do whatever is possible. I know it is not enough. So, that is why that thy glory, it is something so important for all of us. Every now and then we should renew this. Every now and then. Probably every day we should renew this. Because this repetitive activity will definitely leave a deep impression. Hammering. One day it will break. So let us all pray for that prayer. You have been with me. Make me aware that you have been with me and you are with me. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Om Hari Om.